Okay, so I don't know if I'm on or not. I'm pretty sure I am. Anyway, I'd like to welcome you guys to this quick video. I want to talk about the Super Bowl um, and the messages that I got from the Super Bowl. I've been watching the Super Bowl for since '78. I don't think I've missed the Super Bowl. There's nothing to brag about, but I haven't. I don't think I've ever missed the Super Bowl. I missed the whole first half of this one. Um, Particularly because I didn't want to get caught up in all the circuitry that's shown on this broadcast. You know, you know it's coming. You see all the pageantry, witchcraft, um, messages, subliminal messages that they want us to hear and see. You know, but some of the things that caught my eye is Alicia Keys' red piano. I mean, we're used to seeing that every year. Somebody in red uh, would be, delivering a message, and I think it's worship of their god, Satan. That's just my opinion. Um, Now, some of it could be a coincidence, but if you go back to 2020, remember those guys had the diapers on their face and they're all lined up and they were dancing. And I think it's one of the first Super Bowls without a big platform, you know, dancing up on the platform. And I noticed that um, red has been like not just red, it's always like it's not just one person who is singing has the red on, but all the entourage has red on as well. So that's the first thing one of the things that stuck with me. Another thing is when Beyonce I think it was Beyonce, was doing a commercial, and right next to her was an android that looks just like her. And we don't know if that's a real android or not. But, I was watching a couple of videos of an android was on the stage and he was dancing with somebody. And the person, I can't remember that person that was on the stage dancing with an android, but the android looked like it was human. It was dancing with the same motions as the person. The person can really dance pretty good. And I was kind of like, wow, this android was dancing just like a regular person. And it's kind of dancing like it wasn't rap, it wasn't break dancing, but it was close to that style of dancing. And I was like, wow, really amazing. And the way you know it wasn't a human, it was too skinny in certain places to be a human. And I was really impressed with that. So when I was watching the android that looks just like Beyonce on the commercial, it's like they're preparing us for things to come. Um, One of the singers who did the uh, halftime you know, halftime performance, he had on a mask on, sort of like a visor. You know what they call those things that you put the visor on, and he was dancing around, um, you know, and I think some of the dancers had the visors on too. Um, and I thought that was something that caught my eye as well. Um, then there was a video that I really didn't see because like I said, I only watched half the Super Bowl and I didn't see all the commercials, but I did see when somebody had brought up, uh, they had somebody washing somebody's feet in front of an abortion clinic, and that was something that caught my attention after the fact. But getting to Usher, he was dancing on top of a circle, on top of a giant clock. And anytime these clocks are involved, that means that they're trying to signal time's up for something. Now, between the Grammy and the Super Bowl, there's always a message, a deep message. Going back to 2020, um, when the the thing lockdown first appeared like it could possibly happen, I said to myself, they need to somehow usher this in. And a lot of times it's a sacrifice that they usher things in with. Um, I believe that either a sacrifice or a ritual of some form. A lot of times when a person who wants to become famous must be humiliated in front of his peers and humiliated before the country before they can usher this person in. And a lot of times humiliation comes to play. But a lot of times also there is a death in the family, per se, death in the world, that a famous stature that will usher in some main event. Uh, and Kobe Bryant was one of the people that came to mind as dying just before the lockdowns happened in America. Well, I can't really say that's the case, but it's just coincidental that he died just before the lockdowns happened. So a lot of times, this ritual that we just saw in the Super Bowl, one of these future Super Bowls will be preparation for the year to come, which they know they're going to shift into the Great Reset. I know this is going to come on my my video. It's going to say Great Reset. It's going to say that word. Uh, but I can't really get away from the fact that a lot of these is predictive programming that is going to is letting us psychologically know in the subconscious mind that, hey, we're going to do something here. A lot of people are already aware of AI. They are already aware of what advancements is happening, but a lot of people don't know about AI. They don't know anything about these AIs. Now I'm going to say this: the Bible says that there's going to be a some type of image of the beast who would cause people to take the mark who would not necessarily take the mark. So there's going to be a mark of the beast. There's going to be a image of the beast who can both talk and have conversation. Now, I think it's going to be tied to the VR, which I couldn't remember the name earlier, but VR, the things you put on your face. There was a movie, a Christian movie back in the early 2000s, and it was called Revelation. And in the movie, the actors would put on these visors, put on these VRs, and they would get healed of blindness or healed of they couldn't walk and they can walk now. And it got healed off this stuff. Now I remember Elon Musk talking about putting a chip in somebody's head for various reasons. Now, Elon Musk didn't say this, but there's different magazines talking about eternal life and people live forever and they can't die, they won't die, and this and this and this. And it kind of goes to the fact that in Revelations, it says man will be stung by this beast and cannot die for 5 months, and they'll be in agony for 5 months. Could that be could that be a tie to some type of a chip or a chip in your right hand or forehead that they were aiming for eternal life but could not have it because it would lose them because it's not God Himself doing it? Well, that the answer to the question is it's probably the beast that just bit them that's causing they could not die for 5 months. But here's the fact. Here's the thing. What if they couldn't? What if they took took the what if they took the mark and this was supposed to be some type of eternal mark eternal that changes their DNA to live forever, just like in the Garden of Eden. That's why God put them out of the Garden of Eden, because if they took the tree of not of good and evil, they took from the tree of life, they wouldn't die. So what if God allowed the devil to tap into the span of a human being to live forever? But when the beast bites them, it, it kills them, but they don't die into 5 months. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there that who knows, that could be a possibility of happening too. Now I don't know if this earphones is the microphone. Hopefully this microphone way over there is not the microphone, because then I'm in trouble. But the meter says it's um, not. Hopefully not. But anyway, um, so I just want to come on and tell you it's a short video. Just wanted to come on. I was testing um, OBS to see how it was going to work. I don't see any real messages, top chats, live chats. Yeah, I don't. Nobody's chatting. I'm gonna test it for myself to see. I don't even know if I'm live anyway, but I'm gonna test it to see am I live. It says I'm live at 9:11. So let me. It was gonna work. Test it myself. Tell myself hello. See if it shows up on my software. Dang, that's really delayed, right? It's not. It's supposed to show up. Supposed to be, unless I screwed it up. Where's the? It should be on there. Top chat. And that's delayed big time. Okay, let me take it down. Yeah. So anyway, God bless you guys. I'm gonna take the video off from now on. I'm doing the test, so I'm just trying to kind of figure out how long does it take. Oh, there it is. Sounds good and things. Check out. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. And I'll stick the chats over here. So I don't know, because I pay for a service and I like the software that I'm using. I love the software and it costs like some money a month. So this is free right here. So who knows? I might just leave it alone. But you don't get all the bells and whistles with it at all. So anyway, well, I still think that uh, there's a story being told if you go back to all the Super Bowls. There's a story being told if you go back. Who's going to waste their time? I mean, it'd be something interesting to go back and find out the story that all these Super Bowls were trying to tell. I think uh, the the Super Bowl started to tell a story pretty much in the last 20 years. Really in depth story. We know the people. We know what story they're trying to tell. And the story is not good for mankind. There's probably global blanking in there. It's probably AI. It's probably a shout out to the people who really run things inside of these celebrations, inside of these performances, and we just know that they're trying to get a message out to even their own people. Did y'all see Taylor Swift, Fran? She's a famous lady herself. I think she's a singer, but I can't remember her name. I want to say Doja Cat, but I don't think it's Doja Cat. Anyway, she was doing some type of ritual with her fingers, and then Taylor Swift was chucking beer down as she does that ritual, and then she pulled her shirt up. And she had a backwards cross, and she was doing some ritual. And we already seen. I won't show y'all on this one, but we already seen like tweets from Taylor Swift saying, "I'm a Christian, but I think abortion's great," something like that to that thing. It ain't verbatim, but is close to it. And it's people are wondering if she's a witch. I mean, a lot of times you look at her concerts, and it's completely satanic. Then you go to the Grammys, and you look at the Grammys, and they just got like um, it's the same thing. They had this one lady, I don't know the singer, but she was laying down, and her legs were behind her, and she was laid down like this, and then you could see from they got a camera view from the top, and she's like laying inside of this Ephesus like a satanic markings, and I think it's a diamonds, kind of similar to when Usher came on the stage, and he was huddled over something behind him that looked like diamonds, and I believe he looks like sort of like a fallen angel when he did that. You know, what about the lady that plays on um what is it called, American Idol? What's her name? Anyway, she performed in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, and she rode in on a horse, and she was way up in the air. She was like way up in the air when she came on the horse. Luckily, she didn't fall. And I'm just looking up her name. Yeah, luckily she didn't fall. And that Super Bowl, she was way up in the air on that Super Bowl. Um, what is her name? They got everybody's name but hers. Oh, Katy Perry. She did a Super Bowl. Katy Perry. Where's my did this cut off? Oh, it's still on. I don't know what happened. Oh, there it is. When I went to another page, the whole thing disappeared, but it's still on. But anyway, Katy Perry did it, and she kind of came in on the Trojan horse. It kind of reminded me of the lady in Revelations, the whore who rides the horse, the beast message. And then yeah, you go back until a lot of the Lady Gaga coming on there singing. Lady Gaga did a Super Bowl performance. Um, so yeah, they're used to delivering messages, but the commercials, which got me. But even I fell asleep on half the Super Bowl, and I woke up at halftime because I kind of, my kids, my son took off to go to his friend's house. And my daughter, she's chilling in her room, and I went took a nap, and my intentions was almost if I it's like a kid who might miss something. Your 4 year old, 5 year old, they stay up until they can't stay up no more, and they might miss something. Well, I haven't missed the Super Bowl since 1978, so I wasn't gonna. As much as I'm trying to pull back on football, especially this year, I'm trying to really pull back on idolatry. Putting you know, worshiping football, and to me that can get you in trouble really quickly here. Somebody says it's just a game, but when you sit up there yelling at the TV set and your motives are not, motives of God, but they're motives to get some football team to win couple of football, you know, that to me is all vanity because when you watch the football game and you get the winner, and then everybody celebrates for a few minutes, and then they get on the stage and they talk for a second or two, and then next thing you know, the game's gone off. He said this has been a broadcast for the National Football League, and it's gone off. And it's like you wasted your time fussing at the TV, running your blood pressure up, and to what, like Ecclesiastics, to what value did it bring you? Temporary joy from watching the game, yelling at the TV set. Now, if you're gonna watch the game, you just sit there and calmly chill out. If it's your team, clap. And be a little frustrated, walk away. It ain't all of that. It's not all of that. Well, anyway, God bless you guys. I hope you guys um, kind of a shell of a show because I was just actually just testing the software to see, and I'll probably add to the software. Uh, um, Let me see what this text look like on the screen. It ain't no text. I don't know what it is. Probably just an empty shell. Anyway, God bless you guys. I hope you have a wonderful night.